Welcome to the Advice Show, media with the common sense approach. So once again, another week and another hashtag for a black American. So last week we had Mr. Charles Kinsey shot with his hands up, laying on the ground. Now we have a 23-year-old mother of two by the name of Corinne Gaines. She was killed by police, and the police also shot her 5-year-old child in the process. Now, they claim they was going there to serve warrants on the boyfriend and her at the home. Once they got there, the police claimed that she stuck a gun at them, a shotgun, while holding a 5-year-old little boy. And they said they had a standoff with her, tried to negotiate with her. Then they eventually went in and they end up killing her, shooting her 5-year-old son in the process. But I want you to listen very closely at their story, what they're saying, what kind of gun she was using. Listen to all what they're actually saying in this report, because you know how some of these people, especially the white supremacists, they believe every single thing these people say. They don't lie. They don't have the ability to lie. They don't have the ability to fabricate, none of that stuff. And then we're going to try to start poking holes in everything they're saying. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Baltimore County Police shot and killed 23-year-old Corinne Gaines, ending a standoff that lasted for hours. They say she refused to leave her apartment on Sulky Court in Randallstown and repeatedly threatened officers while holding a weapon and her child.
The officers determined that the female was wielding around with a shotgun, pointed it at one of the three officers. At that time, she had a 5-year-old in her arm as well.
Her family members say they tried to help.
We should have taken more time with this, took a different approach, and used every tool available, which is us. Use us. We can get through to her. We love her.
This all started Monday morning. Officers went to the apartment to serve warrants on the woman for failure to appear in court on disorderly conduct and resisting arrest charges filed in March, and traffic violations. They also had a warrant for assault to serve on a man who also lived there. Police say they knocked repeatedly and heard voices inside, but no one answered the door. Then an officer obtained a key and saw the woman sitting on the floor. A tactical team tried getting her to come out, but police say she made another threat.
Pointed, again, the shotgun, the long gun at our personnel, advised them that if they did not retreat or leave, she was going to kill them.
An officer then fired at her. Police say Gaines then fired several rounds. The officer fired again, striking and killing her. The child was also hit. Police aren't sure if the round came from them or from the woman's weapon.
It was a terrible situation. Had a little boy in the house with her son, who is at the hospital, John Hopkins Hospital. But he's okay.
So you heard what they said, what happened. Now, the cops, for those white supremacists that was arguing me on Twitter, they shot at her first. She didn't shoot at them. We're going with their story. Now, he said that she had a shotgun, the police chief. Okay. Now, this is a little woman. Let's think about a shotgun. He said it was a long barrel gun at that. Anyone who fires weapons like that, what's going to be the thing that's going to happen with anything that's long barrel is a recoil, right? Even a lot of men can't shoot a gun like that with just one arm and control the recoil. So you mean to tell me that this woman had time to fire off a round back at police? They shot at her, fired another round with the recoil and holding a 5-year-old baby. Does that make any sense? And this is not a good sized woman. She's a little woman. So when I mean by good size, she don't look like she's very strong enough to handle that. A lot of men cannot handle that. Then what came out was that after this young sister died, the corruption and all the cover-ups start happening. But the white supremacists not talking about that. The first thing that they talked about was they deleted all her posts from her Facebook page. Now, we went to her Facebook page. We'll put it up on the screen. And you will notice none of the posts from 2016 is on her page at all. Just because you died, Facebook do not delete anything. This is what people who follow her noticed and said. So they tried to cover up anything that she was documenting on her Facebook page. She was documenting that she was being harassed by the police on her Facebook page. but they made sure to delete that. Now, the wonderful thing about the internet, the wonderful thing about people like yourself is that you download things in real time when it's happening. Now, a person had got 2 videos to contradict something. Now, the cops in their story said she stuck a gun at them and that's why they shot her. Okay. Now, let's show a video real quick of Corinne filming the actual cops is in her home. Now, on this video, you will see as she's staring at the cop. Now, if she's allegedly pointing guns at the cops, why is he staring in the door like that? I'm just curious. I don't think nobody will stand in the door while someone's pointing a shotgun at them. I'm just saying. So that doesn't really add up. He looked like he's very relaxed on this video, that cop. He's just standing there. He's not pacing, nervous, or anything. But yeah, that is the official story, that she stuck a gun at us, and that's why we did what we had to do. And you wonder why they were deleting video. Then, in the process of the whole thing, she had talked to her 5-year-old child about the police. And let's go ahead and roll that clip real quick.
What's happening right now? Who's outside? The police. And what are they trying to do? Sergeant, what are they trying to do? They trying to kill us.
I'm sorry, you heard me. You said no?
It's good. Do you want to go out there?
No.
Okay. What do you want to do? It's no wrong answer. What do you want to do?
So she had that conversation, as you heard, which is very sad, about a 5-year-old child repeating that the police is there to kill them, which is unfortunately a reality for a lot of black people here in America, that you got to have that particular conversation with your children. Now, no matter what happened with this situation, it was many ways to go about getting her to come out. As her family members said, they could have got them to talk to her and she would have listened to them, but they wanted to go in there to start shooting. And just like Philando Castile, when he got shot and you had a 4-year-old child in the back of the car, they don't care about black kids. They will shoot in front of a black child. They will shoot a black child dead too. They don't care because they don't look at us as human beings. They rather cry over a dog that died in the middle of the street than over a black person or a black child that they kill. These white supremacists on Twitter is just justifying the hell out of this. They just love justifying it. I say, y'all the same white supremacists that be at your church house buying tickets to a lynching, taking your child, your wife, and your dog to watch the black people be tortured. You the same ones, because that's the same ones that justified lynching and said that was right. It's the same mentality. Nothing has changed. It just changed from black people being hung on trees to black people being lynched by a cop. That's really where it's at now. And, you know, here they go again. Like this all day, they've been going back and forth with me, you know, on Twitter about these different things. And I entertain the white supremacists on Twitter. I wouldn't really entertain them no other place. I mean, just because I'm bored at the time to entertain them. It just, their mentality is just so warped that they just believe everything these people say. It don't matter if white cops come out and say corruption is going on, which a lot of white cops have come out and said this. They believe them whole no matter what they say. No, all this evidence. Now, this is the thing. When they kill black people, they say, you guys need to wait for the facts. But when something happened to them, you all automatically, that's it. The person guilty, no wait for the facts or nothing. That's how they act. But, you know, when they have this, you know, God complex they have within white supremacy, that's how they operate. They don't care. Then on top of that, they justify murder, but we're good Christians. We love Jesus. That's why I said you had to create a false version of Christianity because you couldn't follow the real one, because the real one, one of the first things that even the 10 Commandments say is to not kill. And surely who are you to justify or judge who should live or die? That is not your position, and that's not your right. But once again, we have another hashtag this week. A lot of people just saying, "Oh my God, this stuff is going on." And then when we talk about not believing these people, oh, something's wrong with us. Like, they've been lying to us for over 400 years. Why in the hell should we be believing them now? Every time you look up, they're lying. And when they say, we're doing an investigation, no, what you're saying is, I'm going to get my lies straight. When then even the Department of Justice come in and say, we're going to do a thorough investigation. No, you're going to just corroborate their lie too on a federal level. Because all these so-called investigations haven't brought anything to justice at all. Nothing. So when people say, well, the system's broken, not really. The system isn't broken. The system is doing what it's meant to do, to make sure certain people go to prison for the rest of their life and make sure those who are committing crimes that's within law enforcement, that they get off for it. I mean, that's the way you maintain white supremacy. Just bottom line. You can't have equal protection and fairness underneath the law in a system of white supremacy. You cannot do that. And for me, I'm tired of doing these videos about white supremacy and racism because it gets on my nerves. It's like, dog, can we talk about other things? But no, we can't, because every time you try to veer off to talk about other things, white supremacy come right back to the forefront. Say, wait a minute, you ain't talked about me in a few days. Let me kill somebody so you guys will talk about it again. But, black people don't supposed to respond a certain way. Black people don't supposed to bank black. Black people don't supposed to remove their dollars from them. Black people don't supposed to take no attitude. We supposed to just love, being treated this way. And how dare we speak up about it, and we speak up about it, we're the problem. We're the terrorists, But I guess they got that Bill O'Reilly attitude. Well, slaves, at least they were fed good. Them kind of people, which is very, very sad. But, don't believe nothing these people say. This is what I told them white supremacists on Twitter. Until you show me a body cam of exactly what they're saying, I'm not believing it because they lie too much. Hit me up in the comments, future commentaries, subscribe.